What's up?
What's up, guys?
Guys.
Hey.
Hey. What's going on, Joe? Are you going to do your formal intro here?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Two Honks podcast. My name's Rebecca the Stare Tampon. Sitting next to me, miles and miles, absolutely fucking miles away from me, Snodgrass Jacklinson. How we doing tonight, Snodgrass?
You know, I'm okay. I'm vertical.
You're vertical.
As the kids say. I'm hip. I'm with it. Trying out a new do here.
Trying out a new do.
I think it's looking
and
pretty
we're trying out a new location.
Yeah. Safe in the cave.
We should talk about the caves.
This is what they call a techno cave. These are
that we found
mostly off the coast of Belgium, from what I'm told.
There's actually a good story about the caves.
Okay.
One day, you and I, Lamar, were walking along the beach in Oregon.
Yeah, we were.
And we were wearing T-shirts and shorts.
I believe that.
I'm pretty sure there was a Frisbee there and sunglasses.
It's got to be.
And a woman in a giant hat walked by us with a very thick jacket on.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm remembering some of this.
Yes. And she showed us the ice caves.
I almost forgot about that.
And that's where I'm located right now, is in the ice caves in which we were shown.
I almost forgot about for some reason when you mentioned her coat, it all came back to me. And she had a nice thick, double
very big,
coat.
very long coat
kind
as
of like
well.
a golden retriever.
And here we are in
lab.
T-shirts and shorts thinking that there's no ice caves around. And this very knowledgeable woman was available to show us the iPhone
Cave.
Caves, the ice caves with her iPhone.
Yeah, and the iPhones did not work in the cave.
They did not work in the caves. Not good reception in the caves.
I want to talk about something I want to bring up the eggplant in the cave because nobody's talking about this right
Nobody's talking about, okay.
You did something different with your hair as well. And
yes.
I don't know exactly what it is, but something looks different.
A lot of it is gone.
There's something gone, but there's more of you now. There's more of you
Much
than there
of
was.
it is gone. Well, so we were talking the other week about our assets. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about here, the assets that God gave us. Our assets.
God-given.
My God-given asset is the schnoz. See that?
You got a schnoz. Yeah, we did talk
Look at
about
that schnoz. See that?
I see it. I'm seeing it.
When I got hair all over my face, you can't see the schnoz.
It takes away when you had a beard. You were a bearded man. When you were it was certainly distracting. I would say it distracted me from your nose. And was that the intention, you think? I
think that for many years I was insecure about the schnoz. Because typically a big schnoz is not something that's smiled upon.
People don't like that.
In American culture. Can we talk about this? Why is no one talking about
People talk about lips all day long. You want to talk
about lips?
How many other features of the face do people talk about? The lips?
They're big old lips. Why are we obsessed with lips? What happened to the schnoz?
Everybody wants to talk about lips.
You want a schnoz injection? Nobody's getting schnoz injections.
A little bit of something in there. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this morning,
actually, noses were bigger in the 80s, now that I think about it.
Yeah, for the most part, they were.
People were always getting nose reductions, remember, in the 80s?
Yeah,
now noses aren't so big. Now noses are small.
Well, and I think the government had something to do with it.
Lips are big. Yeah, and the government probably paid lip service to that idea. Do you think?
Literally paid lip service to the reduction of the American schnoz.
They put money in big lips. And nobody wants to talk about this, but I just blew the cover off of it. That's
not what you're being told.
Yeah.
What they want you to think
they don't want me to say that
is not the truth.
So my question is, when is Big Eye
Big eyes.
When is Big Eyes gonna come out and take over Big Lips?
See that?
Because big ears were like in the 30s, right?
This morning, my son, the 7-year-old kid.
These kids know what's going on.
He just got a haircut. And he was looking in the mirror. And this actually happened, by the way.
Yeah.
He said, "Dad, I don't like my ears."
Really?
And I said, "You know what that's called, Ezra?" He said, "What?" And I said, "That's called an insecurity."
Okay.
And everybody has them.
Yeah.
And everybody else is too focused on their insecurities to notice anything about yours. So don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, Dad, that's great. I'm going to be fine for the rest of my life now, and I'm going to go to a good college." And that's exactly what he said. He gave me a high five, too.
Really?
He said, "You're doing a great job."
Is he thinking Dartmouth or Yale, you think?
Yeah, I think he's thinking Dart.
He's going to be a Dart boy.
He's going to be a Dart boy. Running with the big dogs down to Dartmouth.
With the big dogs.
Running with the big dogs.
So we've talked about a lot of things already. We talked about noses, lips,
eyes,
American
schnoz,
ears. We talked about colleges.
I don't think we touched enough on how the government is paying. The government is paying lip service to the reduction of the American schnoz.
It's all connected, folks.
And I mean, there's a lot going on politically now.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about that, but that's one of the things that's operating in the background.
They don't want us to talk about it. Actually.
They don't want us to talk about it.
We've received letters from certain unknown government agencies about this.
But that's what we're here for. We're here to bring things to the table.
Yeah.
You know?
We're not afraid to do it. And I think something that we haven't talked about is necks. And honestly, if you think about it, all of those things we talked about earlier rest upon the neck.
Yes.
And nobody ever really...
Everything is resting upon your neck. You know how some people say, "I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders"?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's on your shoulders? Your neck.
There's a neck there. I mean, unless you're...
if you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, like, what does that mean? Does that mean you don't have a neck?
Right.
What are we talking about?
Or are you all neck?
What's happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. You know?
I don't get it.
I don't know. But I'm glad that we cleared that up. And there's nothing really else to say about that. So
yeah, not really.
I wanted to bring up something that I'm really excited about. And I know I've talked about this in the past, but I finally found a solution. I'm a problem solver.
Yes.
And I'm using...
Solutions-oriented man.
I'm using my free time, which is sparse. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time doing this with my hair.
Yes.
And other than that, eating a lot. I've been eating a lot of food.
Yes.
So what I want to talk about is these new headlights on the cars, right? They're blinding.
New headlights.
Everybody knows that.
Looking at the headlight.
They're super bright.
God.
Right? They're
What's
super
going on?
Fucking bright. And
I'd say...
Yeah,
but go ahead.
So this is a problem for me because I drive a very low car.
Yes.
I drive a Honda Fit, okay?
Yeah, I drive a Subaru Impreza.
So
it's very low to the ground.
You got the same issue. So these big trucks, pull up behind me and they got their lights, and they're not even on high beams. Let's face it, they're just bright, and it's not just bright. They're also
bright and they're at eye level. They're at rear view mirror level.
Bright.
They're blasting me in the face.
They're at eye level, and they're a blue spectrum of light, which is, as we know, the most bright and irritating to the nerves of the eyeball.
Yeah.
So what's the solution? In the past, I've bought these yellow shades that are essentially like blue blockers. They block the blue light and they make everything kind of rosy colored and kind of looks like lights did in the 70s, back when lights were cool looking and not cool in like a bad way, cool in like a warm way. Does that make sense? So that was my solution, but still the lights are blinding me. They're bright. I don't want to wear these stupid glasses. Everybody looks over at me in their car and they're like, "Why are you wearing sunglasses at night?" Ugh. And I'm like, "Because your lights are bright and they're blue. Because you're blue lighting me. You're blue lighting me. Every time I gaslighting, you're blue lighting me." So here's something I came up with.
Okay.
Tints. Simple. So I'm taking this concept of wearing tints on my eyes in the form of glasses.
Yes.
And what I did was I searched the internet. Took me many, many, many weeks.
Yes.
And I found a tint. And it comes in a pair, okay?
Tints.
So I got a pair of tints.
You got a big pair of tints?
Yeah, and they're pretty big.
And they just show up in the mail.
They show up in the mail. They're pretty big. And what you do is you...
Are they like big floppy tints?
They're pretty floppy. Yeah, they are floppy.
So they were flopping around. Did you rub your face in them?
Well, I had to test them out.
Yeah, to test them out.
And so what you do is you get these tints, and they're floppy, like I said, and you can put the tints on the window. So now...
You get to touch them, don't you?
Oh, I had to rub them vigorously.
You get to rub them around, huh?
I had to rub on them pretty vigorously to get them to work.
Who doesn't love rubbing a big pair of tints?
And that's what I did. Mm-hmm. So you put them on your windows.
Yep.
And now the tints are blocking. If the tints are big enough, they block out some of that light. Out
the big lights
that's coming in from these gigantic trucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and these gigantic trucks, can we just talk about this? Can we just talk about this?
We have to. Yeah.
What the fuck are you hauling?
What do you got going on?
What are you moving? What do you go? I don't see you move. You're not moving anything.
Is there anybody even in the car?
You're not. There's one guy in there.
There's a guy drinking a big Dr. Pepper.
He's usually got a Dr. Pepper and an empty water bottle. It's full of tobacco spit.
Probably.
It's just him. There's nothing going on in the back there. He doesn't have a trailer.
It could be a Diet Coke, though.
He's not hauling nothing. You know, part of my job is to drive a semi-truck, right? You know that.
You're a big truck driver.
People know this. Common knowledge. But anyway, I'm driving down the street one day in one of the big trucks, and I see this big truck going the opposite way. It looks like he's got his brights on, right? Mm-hmm. So I give him the little flash. I give him a little flash signal, right? Just give him a little, hey, how do you do?
Hey,
turn
howdy.
Your fucking brights off.
All right.
But when I did that, he clearly got mad, and he turned on his brights. It was like the gates of heaven opened. It was
seriously.
It was broad daylight outside the second he turned those.
Now see, if you had a pair of tints, you could have flashed your tints at him.
And I wish I had a big floppy pair of tints that I could have flashed at him, and I wouldn't even felt the need to flash my.
I think these guys get
big
off
beams at him.
I think they get off knowing that you don't have a big pair of tints.
Yep.
And they come up and flash you with their lights, and then when you pull your tints out.
Yep.
Then they're like, now I'm not so interested in doing it because I see the tints.
Well, and now you just got the tints sitting on your windows, so the tints are just operating in the background.
Yeah.
In the foreground, really.
They're doing all the work.
They're
doing the heavy
should
lifting.
Be operating in the foreground if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean if
they're going to work,
if tints were in the background, what the tints? You got tints on your back?
What kind of society are we running if that's the case? If you want to go that far?
It's like that scene in Fear and Loathing. Ever seen Fear and Loathing?
Have you ever seen The Matrix?
Where they're like, it's Fear and Loathing though, where he turns into the big devil with the big horns, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And then he's got a big hairy back, and he turns around. He's got tints on his back. You ever see that?
Yeah.
You should.
Should I?
Good. You can check it out.
Good. I might.
You might.
Honestly. But let's be honest. I think we both know I won't.
Yeah.
But I probably will. I could. And I probably will.
Good.
Actually.
But you might.
But we both know I won't. So
I've got a Subaru Impreza.
Let's talk about that.
How much would big old floppy pair of tints run me for a 2017 Subaru Impreza, you think?
I got a pretty good deal on mine. And I could probably... I just became untethered.
Did you? You should do what I do.
What's that?
This.
You're just holding it?
You don't have to... I don't... It goes where I go. I'm let me chase my microphone. Nope.
I'll try it.
It's in my hand.
All right. I'm gonna try it.
Do you tell your hands what to do? Because that's what I do.
I'm hooked in. Can you hear that?
Do you know what apraxia is? Do you know what that is?
How's our ASMR audience feeling about this, by the way?
I don't know. Probably feeling pretty good about it.
Are we doing an ASMR right now?
Good. But do you know what apraxia is? Do you know what that is?
I've heard of a taxi before.
It's where so apraxia is a medical condition. It's where your mind doesn't connect with your body. So your body makes involuntary motions that your mind does not control.
Sort of like...
So if I had that, I'd just be like, let me chase my microphone.
Okay.
But I don't. So
your point is proven.
There's that.
I don't like holding this, so I'm going to put it back.
Okay.
But I'm glad we had a little ASMR session.
Yeah, that was good.
I think people really appreciated that.
I think so, too.
We're really a professional podcast. And that's, I think we've highlighted that pretty...
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
Here.
I was thinking about the moment that we figured out that you needed to the top of the microphone. Remember days and days of talking into it like this? And being like, why is it so quiet?
I actually was doing one of these.
Why is the audio not working? Why can't anybody hear what I'm trying to say? And then we did this, and we were like, oh my God.
It was like the gates of heaven opened up.
It was like basically. When that guy turned on his brights on the highway.
Except in a pleasant way.
It's kind of like, the brights are so bright now. Back to the brights, okay?
Let's talk about it.
The brights are so bright now. Remember the 4th of July?
I think I do.
Remember being at the 4th of July and the finale when they'd do the finale, which first of all, the finale, I don't get the finale. It's just, there's like a cadence of fireworks and then the cadence goes faster at the end.
It's sort of like sex.
Yeah, and people are like, the finale was so insane. I'm like, you mean the part where the fireworks went faster?
Yeah, you mean the part where there's more explosions?
But the brights are getting kind of like that, Kind
of like fireworks?
Yeah, they're just lighting up fucking night sky.
Seriously.
All I need to do is see where I'm going.
If you point them things up at the moon, you could probably see.
That's all anybody needs to do is see where they're going. Like, can we just stop? Like, what's going on with that?
What do you need to see, really? I mean, do you even need to see to drive?
What are you trying to do?
Yeah. I don't need to see anything.
What's going on, really?
What's on the road that you need to see?
Well, what's so important about it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And the funny thing is they have their brights on, but they're on their phone. So it's like they're not even looking anyways.
I can be in really dark places and not even turn on my brights and I'm fine. And my brights ain't nothing to write home about, let me tell you.
Well,
they're not as bright as the normal lights on the F-150s these days.
I think it comes back to the government, just like everything else,
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so.
There's a serious line of thinking that connects the bright light spectrum of blue light to anxiety, addictions, phone screens, scrolling, TikToks.
Yes.
So... Again, probably comes back to the government trying to take our money. Yeah. Trying to start wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because there's nothing to see on the road.
Yeah.
What do you need to see?
Come on.
Your car drives itself anyways.
Really? Like, what's going on here?
It's like I'm watching Desperate Housewives. I don't need...
I don't
have time to watch the road. You know
what I mean? Are we missing?
Is there something to see?
It's 2026. We don't miss things anymore.
Is there a video game happening on the road?
It's just It's just there.
You remember Frogger? Maybe Frogger could be a thing.
Frogger. Remember Oh my gosh,
maybe
Frogger, dude.
Come back, dude.
You ever getting a Frogger tournament? You ever getting a serious Frogger tournament
when
you were a kid? Frog tourney. Remember frog tourneys with the guys on Saturdays?
Frog tourney, dude. Frog tourney with Darn Sanders.
Remember when frog tourney with Frog Sanders took off on Saturdays? Back at the Whistle House?
The Whistle Hut?
The Whistle Hut? We went down to the Whistle Hut on Saturdays and played frog tourneys.
Dude, kids don't even know about that stuff anymore.
Kids don't even talk about frog tourneys anymore. What's with that?
It's kind of crazy, dude.
Who knows, man? Who knows? What's going on? Now you got your TikTok and you got your Roblox and you got your, like when I was a kid, when the street lights turned on, you had to go home.
Right.
But we were clever enough to figure out that our parents didn't know when the street lights turned on. You know what I mean?
Well, now the lights are just on, right? All the time.
They're just on all the time.
They're just day runners.
They're just on there all the time, man. Now you got your Roblox.
You got your Roblox. You got your day runner.
And the street lights never turn on.
Oh fuck!
They're just a little. It's not even. It doesn't even cross the conscious of the young mind.
True.
What's happening? Who's sitting with the kids?
Who's sitting at the dinner table?
Who's sitting at the dinner table with the kids?
Is the dinner table?
No one's doing it.
The dinner table is a tablet now.
Who banned the dinner table?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Do they even sell those anymore?
They're not even allowed to sell those anymore.
Come on.
We went into what's that furniture store? The big one. The popular one.
Ross's.
Ross? Do they sell furniture at Ross?
Probably. Are you talking about
the big one?
Furniture
The real
Hut.
big one.
The
Furniture Hut?
Furniture
Let's just call it the Furniture Hut.
The Couch Palace?
I went in there and I asked for a Couch Palace. That's a couch. That's what they call it now.
Yeah.
That's what it used to be, the dinner table place.
Now it's the couch.
Now it's the
table.
fucking couch house.
Couch house.
Because that's all people are buying anymore. They're not buying the dinner table.
Yeah. Well, why buy the dinner when you get the couch for free? You know. Maybe that's the real problem, you know?
I think it is. I think that is the real problem, actually.
'cause why would
I think
anybody
that's what.
buy
Why would.
it?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so here we go. I think we're getting down a dark path here.
We're going down into the cave a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe it's time to take a little bit of a break.
We might have to because, as everybody just saw, we have our free trial is about to run out here.
Our free trial is about to run out.
Yeah.
And we will not be giving the government our money.
We can't afford to pay them anything.
They're deeply involved in Zoom. Deeply involved in
they run
Zoom.
TikTok.
They run TikTok. And they took away the dinner table. So
yeah,
we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get a word from our sponsor, and we're going to be right back.
Okay, we'll be right back in a second.
Hey here, brother. This is Chuck down here, bucking these buckwheat truck stuff for a limited time only. We're raffling off a couple of bucks. Here's how it works. You come on down, here's buckwheat. You give us about a 5-pound bag of buckwheat. Yeah, I might squeeze that down to about a quarter cup. You give us $1.25, maybe a couple bucks or even a couple of quarters. Once you do that, we'll go ahead and put your name in a hat. At the end of the month, we'll raffle that off, and you might even win a couple of bucks. So come on down here at the end of the month for Bucking D's Buckwheat Truck Stop, where for a limited time only, you might win a couple of bucks.
All right, so we're back. We're here.
I'm here.
We're here. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's okay.
I don't care. So
I generally don't care. You know?
Yeah. I don't.
That's the thing. Is we want it. Okay.
Yeah.
We needed to
straight up.
You know?
We're gonna level with you.
We're gonna get it out. We're just gonna put it in there. Okay.
We'll put it in and see how it feels.
We're gonna.
You know,
program it. We're gonna undo it. We're gonna undo the programming.
We're gonna probe and ram it.
You know what I mean?
And program it.
We're one of the few. This is a unique situation. You know,
we're unique people.
Not too many places in the world you can come across a couple of guys telling you the truth.
There's a couple of guys over here. Or just
a couple of guys out here in the world trying to tell you the truth. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know what we're trying to tell you. But we're here.
They probably would.
We're here to tell you. We're here to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So we're going to run it down.
And that's that we don't really care. So
we don't care. We generally don't care. There's a lot of things happening.
Makes us dangerous too.
There's a lot of things happening. Okay. And people are worried. People are scared. They should be.
They better be.
Should be worried.
Should be. Yeah.
They should be scared.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Why? That's all I want. Why? Why do they want to be scared?
There's no reason.
If you're being scared, just don't.
Yeah, I mean, you could try not.
There's that. That's my advice for you.
If I was
try not.
If I was, I would try not.
You could, but I generally don't care about much,
If you're not, then don't. If you were, then stop.
We were talking about this, because you follow the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
The money goes to the top, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if I was if I had money,
yep,
which I don't,
but
not much.
If you did,
got a little bit. But if I had a lot of it, then I would.
You could
open.
I wouldn't. You could
open an industry. You know how they say small business is the backbone of America?
Mm-hmm.
They lied. That's not true.
Is that right?
It's not true. It's not the backbone of America.
Is it the pelvis of America?
Look at this. Do you see that?
What do you I can't see anything, actually.
My point exactly.
And do you think that
my point exactly? You can't see anything.
Is it the gams? Is it the pelvis?
Is it?
Is it the feet of America?
Is it?
What's
the pelvis of America?
Feet of America.
Oh my gosh! I want to talk about the pelvis of America.
I bet you do. And these are some stinky feet.
Who's
by the way.
that? Oh my gosh, dude! Does the pelvis? Well, all I'm concerned about really is the pelvis.
Yeah.
In the pelvis of America, how is the hip mobility?
How is the health of
in the pelvis of America?
You know what's funny? It just occurred to me that Elvis was actually known for shaking his pelvis around a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem a little bit too ironic or synchronistic? Maybe the government was involved? I'm just throwing that out there.
Probably.
I mean, I don't want to sound crazy, but
I
think that's
it might be
the only time probably in my life that the health of America's pelvis was in good hands because Elvis was controlling it at that point.
So America... Okay, so I want to think about this, okay? Elderly people, right?
Oh.
Elderly people tend to have brittle hips, you know?
Yep. Like potato chips.
Stiff hips. Maybe not brittle hips.
Like a Juanitas.
Stiff hips. Yeah. Not a lot of good
stiff-hipped folk.
What's it? Hip flexor. Mm-hmm. Hip flexor
I've heard that.
mobility.
Yep.
Hip flexors. It's a thing.
All. Yeah.
Google it. Look it up.
Look that
you
one
have
up.
Hip flexors. Everyone. Okay. But elderly people, hip flexor mobility, not really a thing. They don't really go together, right?
Can they really flex anything?
And America...
Except for their mouth.
America is old, right? So we like to think of America like America as it is right now is like, what, 200-something years old?
Probably.
250 years old or whatever we are?
Something like that.
The truth is, it's a lot older than that. It's old as the beginning of time. So if America is over 200 years old, and you're in the pelvis of America,
gal. It's a real old gal,
and you're an elderly person, you're in the elderly pelvis of elderly America, and you're an elderly person with an elderly pelvis.
Pelvis.
What are you going to do about that hip flexor mobility?
What's the long-term plan?
I don't think there is a long-term plan.
Can you get a wheel going?
That's what's going on. That's the problem.
Can you replace the
problem
hips
with America?
A wheel or two.
This is why people don't want to go back to work.
This is why, and
the flexors,
because the hips.
The hip flexors, they don't have them.
The hips actually support.
They're stiff and arthritic. They're 475 million years old or whatever the Earth is.
Something like that or whatever.
You know what That's
why I'm curious about the foot. Because let's talk about the foot.
Oh, okay. So it starts from the foot.
So people are focused on the pelvis.
Starts at the foot.
So yes. He shaking it around. Shake and
bake. We've talked about this.
What he did.
We've talked about butts, and the butts have the pelvis right there.
Oh,
You can't shake the butt without a pelvis. But we are obsessed with the shaking of the butt. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Everybody's shaking it. I watched something. I watched it in Spanish.
There was a Levi's commercial, and it was all butts. Everything was a big fat butt.
I think I told you I watched a Spanish version of the Super Bowl, which was far more entertaining.
Yes.
But there were no commercials like American commercials. They were all Fritos.
Well, let me tell you, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much because...
And diabetes commercials.
Because they were... Okay. So they were trying to breathe life into the stiff hip flexors of America.
Ugh.
They were trying to inject...
That's just sad, isn't it?
They were trying to inject cortisone into the stiff hip flexors of America with their incessant ass shaking.
Yeah.
And it wasn't working. It's not doing it for me. It's not doing anything for me anymore.
It's like Elvis did it already.
We already did that.
We've done that. Next.
We're too old for that now.
Yeah.
You know what America needs? America needs a high-quality physical therapist.
Yeah. We got to get the gym going again.
Did you ever meet a physical therapist who said abrasive and rude things as he walked into the room? Slapped you across the mouth and said, all right, these are the banded exercises we're going to do? No, that's not what we need. We need a soft-spoken physical therapist who will get the mobility back into America's hip flexors. And that's all I have to say about that.
Do you think that the arches of America's feet might have fallen?
Don't even get me started.
Everyone
wants
to talk about the arches in France or the golden arches of America.
Oh my God!
Nobody's talking about the feet.
The arches of the feet of America.
The body is built on arches.
Have flattened,
and the arches are the most supportive shape.
Yes.
Without a supportive arch in the feet,
think about that.
You're not going to have a good support in the pelvis.
When I think about arches, I think about Eskimos.
Naturally.
Because you think about the igloo, right?
Always do.
The igloo.
Yeah.
You make it out of snow, and it's got a rounded top.
It's sort of like that.
You could put 1,700 people on the top of a 500 square foot igloo, and it wouldn't fall through.
Yeah.
It wouldn't fall through.
And speaking of, I mean, look, we're in a cave here.
Because the arch is a supportive structure.
Look, we're in it. We're on it. We're in a cave.
So what are you trying to say here? Are you saying the arches of America's feet?
The arches have fallen,
and
America is in dire need of a foot doctor.
Well, and if the hip flexors are going, what's going on with the knees? Nobody's talking about the knees.
And nobody wants to talk about the knees.
No one wants to talk about the knees of America.
Yeah, and it's a taboo subject.
What's happening?
Because
what's happening to this?
As soon as people start talking about knees, they start thinking, "Oh, you're an old person. Ooh, like, oh, your knees hurt. Ooh, you're Capricorn."
Yep.
It's like, well, yeah, I am a Capricorn, and yeah, my knees hurt. So
yeah, exactly.
What do you want to do? What do you want me to do about that?
You ever get a little twinge in the knee? You know,
I've had one.
You ever just strut down the road and just go, "Oh shit, there's a twinge in there."
Just kind of gives out for a second.
They hurt. They hurt.
People don't want to admit it, but they hurt.
They hurt, and the other part that people don't like to talk about is they ripple. They ripple upward, and they ripple downward. Yep. They ripple to the ankles and the arches, to the hips and the hip flexors. It affects everything.
There's dimples, there's ripples.
It affects everything.
Wrinkles. The wrinkles of the knee.
The wrinkles of the knee.
Remind me of elephants.
Yes.
You ever look at an elephant's knee?
Oh my God, dimply
Next time
knees.
you go to the zoo,
wrinkly knees. It's not dimply knees.
Look at
wrinkly
the wrinkles
knees
of the knee. What you'll see, it's like looking back through America's history.
Yeah,
you can read the wrinkles of time on the knee, and it tells you about the history of our culture.
Yeah, remember the dimply knees of America's youth?
Yeah, remember when they were dimpled?
Yeah.
They weren't rumpled and wrinkled up.
Those were good days. Those were good times. Rocco's Modern Life was on TV.
Yep.
We would watch, TGIF every Friday.
Yeah.
Third Rock from the Sun, Boy Meets World.
That's right.
All that shit. You know, that was
the time. Post dimple.
Pre-wrinkle, post-dimple.
Snip.
A little bit. It wasn't innocent enough to have dimply knees. It was past the dimples. But it was right there in the prime, right there in the fucking pocket. You know what I mean?
Playing whip the ball.
Right there.
Whip the
How do we get back to that? How do we get back to that, America? I want that.
That would solve a lot of our problems, I think.
It would.
And people want to just iron the wrinkles out or Botox or whatever.
No.
It's like you're not addressing.
We need to be esteemed. We're trying to be esteemed.
You have to steam it. You can't just iron it without steam. If you try to iron a shirt without steam, the wrinkles will come back.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a permanent fix, or you want to do something, do it the right way?
Yeah.
I
don't want to do quick fixes anymore.
Yeah.
We need to get back to the dimply knees of America's youth so we can try again.
I would love to get back to the dimpled era.
Yes. The .com boom. Oh, remember the .com boom? Oh.
What a time. The dimpled
Those times. The dimpled past of America's knees. Strong arches. Good hip flexor mobility. Where did that go?
That's what I'm saying.
What happened to that? What happened to a little bit of that?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
And there's something else I want to, and I hope I'm not going overboard here, and this is maybe we're spiraling too far.
I think we touched on it. I think we touched
touched on the knees,
about what we needed
touched
to
the
know.
Hips. We
the people know now
a little bit. We tickled
the
them.
people. We really do like to tickle the feet.
We tickled the feet. We didn't touch them that much.
We are tickling the feet of America right now.
The foot.
I think every time we get together, we tickle America's feet.
I think we caressed it.
That's kind of where we kissed. That's where we're at mostly.
We kissed it a little bit.
Yeah, we gave a little kiss.
We whispered,
just a little,
the feet.
Yes.
But what I want to talk about is something a little more serious.
Okay.
And this again comes back to the government, and I don't want to get too wild out here with my theories.
All right.
But I want to propose an idea to you. Now, this is something that I've been giving a lot of thought.
Yeah.
Let's just hypothetically imagine that you were going to start a business.
Okay.
And your business was going to be a front. And you were going to funnel illegitimate funds through your business. So you're basically going to be embezzling money through the business and dodge taxes by doing that. What would you call your company? Let's just pretend like we're coming up with a company to do this.
I'd call it Not a Front Industries.
You could.
Good.
You could call it that.
Normal business corp.
Yeah, you could call it. I mean, people open like dry cleaners. We're not laundering money. It's a dry cleaner.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no business, but somehow you have millions of dollars of revenue coming in.
Yeah,
that's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, those names are pretty good. I think they'd probably be like, Jeff's pickle shop, and you sell like
if you're gonna launder money, you should work with laundry. You know what I mean?
I mean that makes sense.
You should be washing clothes.
You should be doing something. I mean, you should be working, I think.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
So you could come up with that. You could come up with a name that's maybe the other way you could go with it is to come up with a name that's almost very clearly saying that it's a corporation that is, a front. What if you called it Front Company, or you called it like,
we are a front for illegal business corp.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Then nobody would expect that you're.
Nobody would expect anything.
Because it's like, why would you be that stupid?
You wouldn't be that? Nobody would be that dumb.
We'd be that dumb. So, I'm just gonna say one word, and I want to see how you respond to this.
All right.
Shell. What if that was your company name?
That's a good front. That's a good front right there.
Were like, yeah, we're a shell company.
We're a Shell company.
And we're named Shell.
We're called Shell.
So I don't want to get us into too much trouble here because...
Well, I want to talk about this.
But just maybe there's something there.
Because
I don't know.
So if Shell is a Shell company...
Yeah.
What are the other companies under Shell's shell?
Are there subshells?
Are there subshells? Is it like one of those Russian dolls?
Nested shells?
Where the shells get smaller and smaller?
I hope so, because that would be
small
pretty cool.
Small shells incorporated?
You could sell off other parts of the shell.
Yeah.
To form smaller shells under the shell company.
You could have shells in smaller countries like Taiwan and Bangladesh and just kind of like go down the order.
Yeah.
To where you're like at Eritrea in Africa, like a really small little country kind of on the corner of Africa there.
That would be pretty neat.
Just a tray and shell, and the shells just get smaller.
Yeah.
But maybe Shell's not a Shell company.
You think maybe not?
Because Shell's an oil company, right?
Well, yeah,
so,
that's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they want you to think.
They might, but they also might not.
They probably are, though.
So, but if they are, let's just say hypothetically that Shell is a company.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a
and
real
that's
company.
what they are. Like just real.
Yeah.
Does the name Shell have anything to do with where they find oil? Like, will they only collect oil from a shell?
Right.
Does the shell...
Seashells?
Does it has to be from a seashell for them to collect it?
Tortoise shells?
Turtle shells?
Sea turtles? Sea turtle shells?
I mean, how many
are there?
How ethically is the oil sourced if it's sourced from shells?
Are they locally sourced shells that they're getting this oil out of?
Because if it's sea turtles going on, we got enough problems with these.
Yeah, right?
Sea turtles, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe Shell is making those. I mean, those are made out of oil. Am I wrong?
You think Shell is making these?
I think Shell might be making that.
So they can kill turtles?
And maybe then they harvest
steal
the shells.
oil from their shells?
The shells are filled with oil. Everybody knows that.
Every shell is filled with oil.
Every shell. And if you tip the shell, it spills. That's how oil spills happen in the water, in the Gulf, in the water.
But what if Shell... Okay. Let's say Shell was a shell company.
Yeah.
Right? And all the companies under Shell's shell...
Yeah.
were somehow shelved.
You're saying they could shelve the shell companies?
What if they shelved the shell companies
themselves
under Shell's shell?
Would they
know what I mean?
Would they shelve them themselves?
So Shell is a shell company, and they have companies in their shell, but they can't keep the shell companies in the shell company that is Shell, so they have to shelf the shell companies under Shell's shell.
If they undersell the shell, they shelve the shell
because
companies.
They underselled the shell companies under Shell's shell, so they put them on a shelf.
Okay, I'm following that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So what happens in that situation? Would those companies cease to be under Shell's shell?
Do they get...
Why would... I mean, if I was the small company under the shell of Shell...
You're a small, like mom and pop
and I
shell.
was placed on a shelf.
Like they shelved... Your shell company was shelved.
Why am I staying there? I'm not making any money. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Just to be in a shell.
You'd rather be... I mean, there's the thing...
A shell full of oil, no less. I'm icky. I'm stuck. I'm sticky. I'm yucky. I'm covered in oil.
It's yucky.
It's gross. Why would we want to do that? You know what I mean?
They might be worried they end up in a cell. If they don't shelve the shell companies themselves...
Yes.
Like, if I was my shell company, I wouldn't shelf my own shell company. Not
isn't that isn't that the responsibility of the mom and pop shell companies under Shell's shell?
I would think so.
Shell is a shell company who put my mom and pop shell company on a shelf. So I'm going to call the authorities, and I'm going to put the Shell and all of its shell companies in a cell.
Yeah. You're either shelling or you're buying.
Now, if I'm under Shell's shell and Shell goes in a cell, am I under Shell's shell company as a shell company on a shelf, which is now a shelf in a cell?
Well,
what's happening?
Don't undershell yourself, because you could shelve it.
I could, but
I wouldn't. I would. I might.
If I end up in a cell, I have no incentive to call the authorities on Shell and the shell companies.
Yeah, because then the shelves would collapse again.
The shelves would collapse.
Well, they would nest inside the other shells.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't leave any room for the oil if you think about the physics of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe it could be something. There could be something there. Might not.
Yeah, it might be.
There might not be.
I don't know.
Honestly.
Probably not.
It probably isn't, actually.
Probably not. Most likely not, but there could.
Well, I don't think there is, actually. So.
But there might be.
But there could be, and there probably is.
But also there might not. That's the other part of it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Probably
not.
But
I just wanted to bring it up because it might be.
It might be.
Maybe somebody who's listening could shed some light on this. And 2honestspodcast@gmail.com. Send us a confidential.
Send us a confidential email.
Yeah.
Because they might be.
Because it could.
It could, but it also
it definitely might.
It might not. But it could also not.
It definitely isn't. So.
And nobody's talking about how it definitely isn't, because it might.
It definitely is probable.
I mean, some say that it is.
Yeah.
Some are pretty certain that it is.
Some people are pretty certain, yeah.
And I don't claim to be a part of that crowd, but they might not. They could.
Those people might be working for show.
They could be. They could be working for show.
And they might want to distract us from what's going on.
They could. But are they?
Is it?
Would they? Do you think they would?
Okay. They could.
They might.
I mean, they would, wouldn't they?
But they also might not.
They could. They definitely could, though.
They could, though. I mean, but when it comes to me, they wouldn't.
You don't think so?
It wouldn't work on me, because
You're too
they
smart.
wouldn't.
You're just like, nah.
Yeah, but they might, though. Yep. All right.
Yeah.